I'm going to start with a ridiculously juvenile video for you to watch.
I have a friend named Rufus Xavier, sarsaparilla, and I could say that Rufus found a kangaroo. The father Rufus home, and now that kangaroo belongs to Rufus Xavier, sarsaparilla. I could say that, but I don't have to, because I got pronouns. I can say he found a kangaroo that followed him home, and now it is his. You see how he and his got pronouns replacing the noun. Rufus Xavier, sarsaparilla, a very proper noun, and it is a pronoun replacing the noun kangaroo. How common. Now Rufus has a sister named Raffaella Gabriella sarsaparilla. If she found a kangaroo, I'd say to you, she found a kangaroo that followed her home, and now it is hers. But I can't say that, because she found an aardvark that fell in love with her, and they're so happy. And my name's Albert Andrea Samadilla, no relation to the sarsaparillas. Because of pronouns I can say, I wish she would find a rhinoceros for me, and we'd be happy. You see, a pronoun was made to take the place of a noun, cause saying all those nouns over and over can really wear you down. Now I can tell you Raffaella Gabriella and Rufus Xavier sarsaparilla and Albert Andrea Samadilla found an aardvark, a kangaroo, and a rhinoceros. And now that aardvark and that kangaroo and that rhinoceros belong respectively to Raffaella Gabriella sarsaparilla and Rufus Xavier sarsaparilla and Albert Andrea Samadilla. Because of pronouns I can say in this way, we found them and they found us, and now they are ours and we're so happy. Thank you, pronouns. You see, a pronoun was made to take the place of a noun, cause saying all those nouns over and over can really wear you down. Sometimes when we take them all on the bus, people really raise a fuss. They start shouting out loud pronouns at us like, who brought that rhinoceros on this bus? What made that horrible noise? And which one of them getting off first? Who, what, and which are special pronouns that can ask a question in a sense where you do not know the name of the noun. But I know, I have mine and she has hers. He has his and you have yours. They love us and we love them. What's ours is theirs, that's how it is with friends. And pronouns, you are really friends, yeah. Cause saying all those nouns over and over can really wear you down.
So as silly as it is, this is a great little video to really remind you what the point of a pronoun is. What's the point of a pronoun? It replaces a noun, so you don't have to say Rufus Xavier, whatever his name was. All right, so today that's what we're going to focus on. Yay, there we go. I think our technology is going to work now. Pronoun perfection, agreement, and clarity. Those are two things we're going to focus on today. There are so many other things to think about when we use pronouns, but these are two areas that when I grade papers I see over and over again lots of problems with pronoun agreement and pronouns that don't seem to refer to anything. And so I have to guess what my writers are trying to say to me. So let's just clarify what a pronoun is. A pronoun is a word that substitutes for a common or proper noun. What's a proper noun? A name. A name. Very good. Or the name of something, the name of someone. Very good. Okay. A common noun is just everyday old noun, like the word noun, or table, or chair. They're not proper. The nouns that pronouns refer to are known as, who knows the answer to this? Antecedents. Good. Antecedents. Oh, we're going backwards. Antecedents or referent nouns. Thank you, Miss Pierce. She gets an A today. She didn't have to take any more tests. So antecedent or referent nouns. Pronouns have several classes, and so that means a way to group pronouns. So we have different pronouns for personal pronouns. They substitute for persons or things. I, you, he, she, it, we, they. We have demonstrative pronouns. I love that word, demonstrative. It means you're demonstrating, right? So demonstrative pronouns substitute for things being pointed out. So you're demonstrating where they are. This, that, these, those. And I've noticed a lot of times in writing, I'm having students confuse this and these. This is singular, these is plural. That sounds funny. These is plural. Okay. We have indefinite pronouns. These give you quite a difficult time, indefinite pronouns. They substitute for unknown or unspecified things. And here are a few of them. And you have a little sheet in front of you, a little activity sheet, and you'll see I have a list of, it's not an exhaustive list, but a list of singular indefinite pronouns on there. So when you leave today, take that with you, and you'll have that for when you're writing, and you can apply these different things we're talking about today to your own writing. So things like each, either, neither, you can say either or neither, one, anyone, somebody, everything, all, few, and many. We also have possessive pronouns that substitute for things that are possessed. And so we have mine, yours, ours, his, its, and their. Okay, now we're going to pause to practice for just a second. And you'll see a sentence there on your sheet. And it's up here. If you don't have a sheet, you can do it along with us. The bolded word, of course, is our pronoun, third person, plural. And so what is the antecedent noun for they? Students, very good. All right. So this is going to start out, and you're going to think, oh, this is so easy. Why am I bothering? We'll get a little bit more complicated as we go. The next one we have is some volleyball player left her phone in the girls' locker room. What's our antecedent? No, but what did you say? Player. Volleyball in this instance is serving as a what? An adjective. Yes, it's modifying the word player. So it's not actually the antecedent. It's not serving as a noun in this particular situation. So her is referring to player. And then we have at the beginning of this month, Gabriella bought new juice glasses. 3 of them are already broken. What is our antecedent? Glasses. Very good. Okay, so you all get antecedents. So here are some problems with pronouns. And those were pretty easy sentences and pretty easy references to pick out. But a lot of times it's not quite as easy as that one. And so we have pronouns that do not agree in person, number, and or gender. What's gender mean? Male or female. All right. Number, how many there are, and person. Are you in the correct person for the antecedent noun? The pronoun's relationship with an antecedent noun is vague or unclear. That's the second big problem we see. We get pronouns, and where on earth is that antecedent noun? Your reader's having to guess. So this is why these problems need attention. Think audience. Always, always, when you're writing, think audience. Even if your teacher doesn't say, your audience is X. You're writing for an academic community most of the time. Maybe you're writing for a professional community. And you want to think about those individuals that you're trying to address in your message. And so you don't want to confuse your reader. You want to make sure your reader understands exactly what you have to say. And so you don't want them manufacturing ideas for you. So the best way to do that is to make sure you're clearly conveying your ideas and the connections between nouns and pronouns. Another thing is to think unity. Remember, when we're writing, we want our message to be unified, coherent, to hold in a nice whole. And so in creating clear antecedent pronoun connections, this will help you build clarity and coherence in your writing. This is one of the ways we can create that thread of meaning and link things back by being clear in our references. And then, of course, the bottom line, think grade. Avoiding pronoun reference errors will help you move closer to making that A everybody is aspiring to, or B or C, whatever grade it is you really want. Think A, and if you make a C and you're happy with that, that's great. But those are the reasons we really do want to clean up our pronoun problems. All right, let's talk about disagreement errors first then. So pronouns must agree with their antecedents in, we already said it. Do you remember? 3 things. Gender and what else? Numbers and person. Very good. All right. So a singular antecedent is referred to by a singular pronoun. And here's an example. Jim wants to make a good grade on his essay. And then a plural antecedent with a plural pronoun. Students want to make good grades on their essays. All right. And so now let's take a moment. There's part 2 on your little sheet that you have in front of you. Let's take a moment to look over those, and you can talk to the folks on your table. Try to figure out which of the pronouns in the parentheses you would use for each of these sentences. There you go. Oh, I have a few more. Did you all get some? Yes, ma'am. If y'all could pass those down, see if somebody else. Oh, okay. Thank you. Put your phone away. Put your phone away. Make him put his phone away. Unless he's looking up the answer. Are y'all ready? Everybody's done? Okay. So, the dog wagged its or their tail. Oh, very good. That's easy. Why didn't I say his tail? We don't know the gender. Very good. Alicia will need to study fervently to do well on her test on Wednesday. You know her gender, I think. The members of the local engineering society gathered last night to discuss how blank should vote on next week. What? They. Very good. All right, everybody got that? Did anybody miss that one? No? The soccer team made up of players from all over the state won. It's their... No, that's wrong. That's wrong. What is your antecedent noun? Team. Is team singular or plural? It's singular. It's a collective noun. It's singular. So this is where my students mess up. This is where students mess up. You start thinking this is plural, but it's singular. And so it's its. The answer is its. Team, if the team is one thing, if it's thought of as one thing, even though there's a group that is making up the team, then that's thought of as singular. If individuals on the team are doing things individually, and we reference the members of the team individually, then that's going to be plural. But in this instance, it is singular. Okay? I told you it'd get a little harder. Singular or plural? So when we have compound antecedents, what's that mean? Compound antecedents. Yeah, means multiple. So we have more than one antecedent, and they're joined by the word and. They're referred to by a plural pronoun. So we have Juan and Bob have been studying all night for their exam. So Juan and Bob are seen as plural, as two, right? When nouns are joined by or nor, this kind of creates a strange thing because you're looking at one or the other. You're not looking at them together. And so you're going to use the last noun that is mentioned as your antecedent. So Miguel or Juan will turn in his paper this afternoon. So notice we're not using their, we're using his, because one or the other will do it. All right? What if I had Jane and Juan? Jane or Juan? His or her? Or her? No. If it's one, it would have to be his, right? If we're agreeing with, if we're looking at, but if it's or, yeah, we'd probably want to put her. That'd be awfully awkward. Okay. Tricky pronouns, the indefinites. Indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns refer to person, places, or things that are unknown. And we use these all the time. And these really cause trouble in writing. So here are the some singular indefinite pronouns. Again, this is not exhaustive. There are others that are not written here, but these are some basic ones that we use frequently. Anybody, anyone, anything, each, either, everyone, everybody, everything. So these are all singular. And many of us would probably want to write, make it, our pronouns agree with these with the plural, but these will take singular pronouns. And then we have our plural ones. Again, not an exhaustive list. All, both, few, many, several. All right, and these will always take a plural pronoun. Okay? Then, of course, gender, we said earlier, male or female. And in the olden days, I like to say that now. I used to say that to my mom all the time. In the olden days, Mom, did you... Now, I'm a grandma, so I can say, in the olden days, when we had a noun and we didn't know the gender, it could, like the noun student, right? The student, the citizen, the person, that person, a person. And we didn't know whether it was male or female. We always used the masculine. We'd always say he. But today I have some female students that would probably have a little bit of a fit if we did that. So we're going to use, today in academic writing, we use both he or she because we have to be inclusive. We don't want to leave anyone out. Oops. So nouns with unclear gender need to include both male or female. At Eastfield College, anyone, regardless of his or her skill level, can find a math course that he or she can take. This gets really tedious when you have 5 or 6, no, that's too many, but you have 3 or 4 pronouns within a sentence and you keep having to do that. What could you do if that happened? Well, no, you can't just use their or they because that's incorrect. So what do you have to do? You have to make the antecedent plural. So you would say, at Eastfield College, students, regardless of their skill level. That's the only way you can use they or their. Otherwise, it's incorrect. All right? So let's pause to practice. You have a list. You know the drill. There it is on your sheet. Let's do the next section. And this is a combination of indefinite pronouns along with some compound or not so compound pronouns. Oh, oops. Don't tell me I didn't put these on here. Okay. These I don't think I put on here. Oh, absolutely. Oh, please, please, please. Yeah. We're not standing on formality in here, okay? Are you ready? Oh, they're still working. Excellent. You ready? Oh, and you're using orange pen. Okay. Oh, some of them are still working, I think. Okay. Now are we ready? Are y'all still working? Still. I'll be quiet. Did you get them all? Oh, you didn't do them?
I didn't write them down.
Oh, okay. Y'all doing okay over here?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, sounds like everybody's done now. So let's see how you did. I don't have this on my PowerPoint, so I pulled up the document. And I don't have the answers up here. So you're going to have to guide us. And you notice I'm not giving you any answers this time. I want you to generate the answers. So everyone who wants the best for blank community will vote at the upcoming election. No. Oh, you all were not listening. No, you weren't. His or her. Thank you, Fernando. One of my students got it. All right. His or her. Everyone. Okay, listen. Woohoo. Everybody, listen up. What is the antecedent noun? Everyone. Is it singular or plural? Singular. So your pronoun needs to be in agreement. That's what this whole workshop is about so far. Where have you been? Have you been sleeping? You all thought this was easy. All right, so his or her is the correct answer. Not there. All right, not there. His or her. And look at that. I even gave you a list of all the indefinite pronouns that I had shown earlier that are singular. Number 2. Let's see if we do better on this one. All of the local elections are important regardless of when blank. I didn't tell you how to conjugate the verb on purpose because you need to decide. So all of the local elections are important regardless of when blank. They, correct. Why? What is your antecedent? All. And all is singular or plural? Plural. So it is, in that instance, they. Is it occur or occurs? Occur. Very good. So when they occur. All right. Did everybody get that now? Okay, number 3. Let's see how we do on this one. If a person really wants to become an expert golfer, blank must practice every day. He or she. Did everybody get he or she? Yay, I need candy to throw out to you all. Yay, some kind of a prize, because you got that one. Yay. All right. And you were inclusive. That's marvelous. You're thinking about both your male and female colleagues. All right. Here's one. Go ahead. You're fine. Wilson and his wife arrived in blank new car. There. Very good. Okay. Because what is your antecedent? Wilson and his wife. So that's called a or compound antecedent. Compound antecedent. All right. Moving on. Now I'm interested to see what you did with this one. Each dancer wore blank school colors at the competition. His or, yay! Very good, because you can have male and female dancers. Yes, you can. Now, Jalen. No, it's not implied. It's not implied that it's only females, because there are fabulous. What about Baryshnikov? Do y'all know who he is? No. You don't watch what? Much TV. I don't think he's on television. He's a ballet dancer. He's a fabulous ballet dancer. I can't think of any other. I'm not very current on modern dancers, the pop dancers.
Twitch, from So You Think You Can Dance.
Who?
Twitch.
Twitch. Okay, Twitch. Do you all know who that is? No. Okay. Well, thanks, Cassie. Anyway. Okay, very good. I mean, excuse me. Okay, now I'm ready. Here we go. Faulty pronoun references. So now we're moving from disagreement. The disagreement can get very complicated. And so, you have to, the key always is to identify your antecedent noun. All right, and if you can do that, then you can make sure that your pronoun is agreeing in person, number, and gender. Sometimes, though, you'll have a pronoun and you'll be looking at your writing and thinking, hopefully you'll be looking at your writing and thinking, what does that pronoun refer to? And if it's unclear, that's called a faulty pronoun reference. And so this is when a noun that the pronoun is referring to is difficult to find. It might be implied. For some reason, the reader is not going to be able to find that, which is going to confuse your reader. And we don't want to confuse our reader. Remember, we're always thinking audience. So, unclear. Who is taller? Here we go. Jerry and Owen are brothers, but he has always been taller. Which one? No, you don't know. That's why I just told you, you don't know. We don't know which one. They're both he's. We're both he's. So, here is how we have to fix that one. Either we rewrite the sentence, or what did we do? We specified. We had to change the pronoun and put the noun in there so that we're really clear on which one. Okay? All right, who got married? When Jim's son was a year old, he decided to get married again. That's not his first time, and he's only a year old. All right, so it's that's not how it's referring to it. And also, here's a question: is Jim in here? Yes. No, he's not. Now you have to bring in all your grammar skills. What is this? It's possessive. It's possessive. And when you have a possessive in front of a noun, what is it doing? It's showing ownership, and it's modifying that noun, so we would call it an what? Adjective. So it's not a noun, so it can't be your antecedent. It can't be your antecedent. So son is the only noun that he would actually refer to. And does that make sense? Absolutely not. I hope, or you have a very strange situation there. Poor little boy hasn't even been a year old yet. So here's how we would rework the sentence. Jim decided to get married again when his son turned a year old. Now we know who's getting married, right? Okay. Faulty pronoun references can be very entertaining and very confusing. So on your sheet, take a look, and we have one more little set of activities. Boy, we're going fast. We're zipping through this. I should have given you more difficult ones. All right, so now this is your last activity. No, you can't go. My class can't leave till no, I'm just kidding. I have some things to give. I want to make sure everybody got what they needed, but okay. All right, so no, she has a question, please.
Oh, well, I'm saying, like, that sounds right to me. So, when I read it, I say, when Jim's son was a year old, he decided to get married. I'm like, okay, well, it just sounds like you're just talking about Jim. If you like, when Jim's son was a year old, he decided to get married again. Like, okay, well. I mean, I'm saying that's the way. Like, they both correct to me.
In spoken language, we probably would just move right through it. In written language, stop and think for a moment. In academic writing, who is your audience? Who is your audience? The universal audience. individuals who are intellectual with some kind of education, maybe greater, maybe less, who are willing to read what you have to write. Where do they come from? Everywhere. So say you have someone who speaks English as a second language who is in the academic environment and doesn't understand idioms and doesn't understand a lot of elements of the English language but knows the basics of how to translate. You want to be as clear as possible because your universal audience includes whom? Who? Who does it include? Everyone. We want to be inclusive, so we want to write as clearly as we possibly can. We want to make every effort to make our message. We don't want our readers guessing at anything we have to say. All right? Unless we intend for them to guess. Now we can do that. But if we really are trying to communicate something, we don't want the reader to have to feel confused. I would be confused by that sentence.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying. It's like now I would have to like just break it down. So there's no mistake.
There's no mistake.
Okay.
And you'll be amazed. If you do this to your writing, you'll be amazed how beautifully you can write. All right, so let's do the last little exercise here on your sheet. Take a minute to work through it. Well, you have to just work through it, see what you can do. So what you're doing is determining if the sentence is clear or if it's unclear. And if it's unclear, you want to rework the sentence so that it can be clear. So, Will, let's see you reworking your sentences. Yes, instead of playing. All doing all right? If you need to, you can just, rework it, move words around, but probably you'll have to rework them. Rewrite them. Does thinking require this much talking?
Yes.
No, it doesn't. Hi, Christine. Okay, are we done? I'll tell you what, this is the most enthusiastic group of people doing English I've seen in a long time. I just am so glad you're so excited about doing English. All right, are we ready? Everybody ready? Let's look up here and let's figure out what to do. So Bill told his dad, Bill told his dad that he needed to lose some weight. Who needs to lose weight? We don't know. It could be his dad. So what did you do? Did you rework it? Bill told his dad to lose some weight. Or we could say, Bill told his dad, I need to lose some weight. See, there's two different ways to read the sentence. That was not clear. And that's what we mean about faulty pronoun reference. It's unclear. It's vague. You're making your readers guess. So what I'm hearing from some of the comments, that maybe some of you all really need to work on this a lot. Maybe we need to do some more exercises. We're going to do this again on Friday. I expect to see you all here at 12:30, and we'll do a whole nother set of exercises. You're like, no way. Oh, I thought you were having such a good time. All right, here we go. Here's the next one. When the eggs were served to the customers, they often looked green. Who looked green? The eggs or the customers? And so, when served, the eggs often looked green to the customers. And I have a comma in the next one, so there's a mistake in here I need to take out, and I'll show you what it is. So here, in this instance, eggs are green, and I meant to edit it out, and I didn't do it. But here we go. So there's no comma here. Just pretend like this isn't there. Whoops. Okay. So when served the eggs, the customers, take the comma away, often appeared to have turned green. So maybe the eggs look really gross, and they got them, and the customers, they felt ill. Two ways to read the sentence. Yes, it's nonsensical, but you get the gist. How, and some of you are saying, well, that makes sense. I'm wondering about how you're reading it. All right. When I tried to remove the dog's dish, it bit me. Here's a question. What does it refer to?
We don't know.
That's right. Is there a dog in this sentence? No, because what is this doing? It's possessing the dish. Very good. So yes, it's working as an adjective. I like that. It's possessing the dish. All right. Here we go. When I tried to remove its dish, the dog bit me. Ouch. Did I put another one? Or, oh no, there's another one. Okay, or you could have put, the dish bit me. When I tried to remove the dish, it bit me. I could write that too. Okay. In Alaska, they catch huge king crabs. Doesn't that sound great? That sounds perfect. Why? What's wrong? Oh, no. No. I'm talking about the pronouns. What's the problem here? Catch is the problem? Huh? They catch. No, it's present. Okay. So what is the antecedent noun for they? We don't know. I don't know. There's none there. We don't have one. So fishermen in Alaska catch huge king crabs. Well, who do you want it to be? I just used that. Who do you suggest? Who? No, we don't want to say he or she. It would be he or she, not he or her. Oh, God. All right. Batman? Batman in Alaska catches huge. All right, so Batman, it could be, who did you say? Somebody said someone else. All right.
So we just put any title, any fisherman, it could be.
It can be, okay, so I've been being asked why fishermen? Well, in my mind, when I wrote the sentence, that made sense. But if you want it to be Batman or, Trix, who was the dancer? Trix? Twitch, yeah. Or whoever, is that what he does? Or whoever you want it to be, Bob, Jim, the dog, all right. So, but it needs to agree with that, they. All right. Okay, do you have any questions? No. I'm going to I'm going to be contacting Professors Buck and Pierce, and I'm going to be asking them if their students are doing stellar jobs with their pronouns. In the future, after this workshop, I'm going to be asking them, so be sure you apply these principles. And if for some reason you have any questions, I can help you in any way. Thank you. Thank you for telling them to be quiet. I'm Dr. Huston, and I'm more than happy to talk to you at length about your pronouns. Okay. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for coming.